Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, TikTok. Today is Tuesday, August 6th, 2024, and you are watching Live with Lindsay with Love. Live with LWL, Lindsay with Love. I am set up in my hotel room in New York City. I feel so good. I'm going to give it a moment. Good morning, Catherine. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Versatile Images. I'm going to give it a second to let TikTok tell my viewers that I'm live, give them a quick notification. Hello, Bren, welcome to the chat. We are in a different space. As you can see, we are in New York City. Sorry I missed you guys yesterday. I was traveling and it was quite a busy morning for me, but I'm back in action, feeling amazing. Hello, MMV, Mateo, welcome to the chat. Olga, welcome to the chat. We have lots of things to chat about today, you guys. We are talking about frequency shifting. We are talking about Lionsgate and the new moon in Leo. We are talking about cool quotes that I heard today. Hi, friend. I am. Oh my gosh. Good morning, CJ. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah, I I was like, hello, Dinia. I'm not sure. I'm so ready for this. MMW Mateo. Well, I am so ready too, you guys. I have missed you since Friday. I've been missing my friends. I really have. I'm curious to know, are you guys still on the energetic wave? I am. I rode the wave all weekend long. We cleaned our whole house before we left for our trip. I busted out some astrology reports. For those of you that are still patiently waiting, thank you times a million. I'm hoping to have a couple more done today, and I have about 4 total left. Catherine, yours will likely come to you on Monday simply because it is expensive, my friend. It just takes a bit of time. So thank you for the likes, you guys. Yes, please, if you're here, can you give some likes out to TikTok, letting them know I'm live, because we have 4 people in the room so far, and I would like a little bit more before we get going. It's going to be a jam-packed day because I haven't seen you or hung out with you since Friday. And it's Tuesday. I've missed you guys. No rush. Thanks, Catherine. I appreciate you. You, my friend, are on the right path, though. Let's just say that based on what I've seen so far, you are right where you're going. You're going in the right direction. Rebecca's in the room. Thank you for the likes, Rebecca. Rebecca's on my team. Thank you. Thank you. For those of you that what was I just going to say? I don't know. Okay. Oh, yes. For those of you that are interested in the Manifesting Club, please join. The doors are open for August. We are meeting August 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live on Zoom. You get to interact with me and the members of the club. If you can't make it on August 14th at 8 p.m., you can join August 16th at 10 a.m. And if you want to come to both sessions, you are more than welcome to do that. It is $11. It's a monthly membership. You basically sign up, and until you want to cancel, you are signed up. Join every single monthly session, and we will manifest your best reality together. Thank you. It's been a hard last few days. Catherine, you are on the right path. Stay focused, right? Stay focused on your desires. I promise you. Victoria is in the house. The tapping point is in the room. Welcome, welcome. Let's get going, you guys. It is already 2 after. Let's get going. I'm going to open my notes wherever they are, making sure we're good on YouTube. Good morning, Victoria. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Hello, Tuesday. All of it. I'm still, you guys can tell, we were up at 3 in the morning and this is not complaining. This is just, if I sound a little squirrely today, it's because I'm still adjusting. We were up at 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and we arrived to the city at 8 a.m. and we arrived to our hotel at 9 a.m. and our room wasn't ready until noon. And so I worked in the lobby and finished a full report, which was great. But ultimately, I was very tired yesterday. And so I'm back here and I feel like I'm very well rested. But if I do feel a little bit like, sorry. Look at this. NYC got his VIP in the house. Hey, E, welcome to the chat. Thank you for sharing the live, Rebecca. My view, by the way, is spectacular. I will actually, maybe I'll do that now. I'll flip the camera. I'm not going to flip the YouTube camera because I don't want to mess this whole thing up. My phone is pretty easy to flip. I am 2 blocks from Central Park. We are right in the heart of the Upper East Side at a beautiful hotel. And I'm working today. I'm working tomorrow. And tomorrow evening, my partner is done working. And we have Thursday and Friday and Saturday morning to explore the city. So excited. I love New York. What are the odds, you guys, that this morning I was like, you know what is it about New York City? I feel so alive here. So I went onto my astrocartography, right? That is the map of your astrology laid out on the flat map. And sure enough, my Jupiter MC runs right through New York City. Jupiter, optimism, expansion, vibrancy, vitality, invigoration. You can't make it up. You cannot make it up. VIPE, let's show you guys really quickly what New York City is looking like this morning. I'm going to do my best just to turn this whole thing around. So give me a second. Thank you for your patience. All right. Woo, I'm caught on something. Here we are. Do you guys see Central Park right there? All of the green trees. I like the building with the black doors, or kind of like the tan and the black. So this is what New York City is looking like on a beautiful Tuesday morning. Can't complain about the view. Can't complain about the energy. Can't complain about the service. Life is good. Life is good. It is a gorgeous view, and we got lucky enough to be on the 19th floor out of 20 floors in the building. So it was just like, and it's a corner room. It's beautiful. I love it. I just love it. My partner, not a big NYC fan. Me, I'm like, I don't necessarily want to live here, but to come here maybe once a year at least, just to like, whoosh, the creativity comes to life. The ideas start flowing. I journaled out my best reality while I was sitting in this corner. There's a little chair section over here in the corner, and I was just watching the city lights and thinking, wow, what a beautiful reality I've created for myself. I say that, and I know it sounds very ego, and I know that hurts sometimes to hear, but I say it because you, once again, create your reality, and I create mine, and you can create your reality exactly how you desire it to be. In my reality, I desire to be in New York City at least once a year. Thank you for the follow, Phoenix Rising. That view is 10 out of 10 VIP. So excited for you. I can feel your rejuvenation from being there. Yes, exactly. Yes, you made for that. Go, girly. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Phoenix Rising. Welcome. You're new here, and I appreciate you. Thank you for the follow. Almost at the top. Yes, the architecture is amazing. I was thinking about it today, and I was like, who waters those plants way up there? And my partner was like, well, babe, he's like, we're here for a whole week, so maybe you'll get to see. I was like, well, perhaps it's the rain, but perhaps somebody is taking care of those plants way up there in those big planters. I don't know. I like looking at the sky. I like looking at skyscrapers. Last time I was in San Fran, my view is kind of like that on a smaller scale. Yeah. Hey, Kara. Yeah, Melly, we're in New York City. You just missed the view, but by the end of it, I'll show you guys the view again, just one last time, and you can feel the energy. You can feel the energy. I step into New York, and I'm like, oh, concrete jungle where dreams are made of. That resonates with me. It resonates with my soul. All right, you guys, by the way, thank you, Melly. I heard the higher up you are, the seer. Phoenix Rising, can you help me with that word? I'm not sure. The higher up you are, the something you can see. It's okay. No worries. Don't apologize, right? Don't apologize. I'm just like, what? They likely have special plant people that take care of it. Yeah, I'm guessing that as well. Excuse me. Yeah, just beautiful. Just beautiful. Also, there's balconies. Like I can see a door, so I'm wondering if you just walk through the door. And it's kind of kind of an illusion. It doesn't look like it's a balcony or a walkway, but it actually is. Oh, the more you can see, well, yeah, of course, right? Bird's eye view. All right, you guys. So let's get into the show. For those of you on YouTube, I'm really sorry that I didn't turn my camera up. Maybe I should turn it around. I will at the end for you, the YouTubers. I will, because that's not fair, right? All right, let's keep going, you guys. We've got lots to talk about. Are you on the energetic wave from Friday? How did the weekend go? First and foremost, I stayed on the wave. I cleaned my whole house. I busted out some astrology reports. I created some TikTok videos before I left. Your girl was moving and grooving, and nothing has stopped me. Nothing has slowed me down. Yesterday, Mercury entered my 9th house, Victoria says, and I've been learning more astrology train. I love that, Victoria. Go, girl. Do you guys want to talk? What do you want to talk about first? I'm actually going to woo way with you guys, as always. I love a good woo way session. If you're new here and you have no idea what the heck Wu Wei means, it is a Taoist philosophy where they combine kind of like spirituality with religion, so to speak, and philosophy kind of with science, if you will. And it's the idea that you are a river and you should flow like the river. And so the river is not like, I must bust through that boulder today to achieve my river goals. The river is like, that boulder looks like a pretty big obstacle. I'm going to go around it. Right? And this isn't to say that we need to skirt around all the obstacles in life. This is to say we should go with the flow of the energy. With the energy. Happy birthday, Catherine. That's right. Your birthday was 2 days ago. As I'm working on your report, happy belated birthday, Zara. Thank you. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Neuro Clarity weekend was mystical. I love that. I love that. Working hard, moving, enjoyed my birthday. Go on, girl. New energy, new location, right? You guys, also, if you feel like you're in a space that's not the best energetically for you, take your cord, your energetic cord. Now, don't get freaked out. You're not going to float away to the ethers. Just cut the cord where you're at geographically and take it and relocate it to a different city. You can do this every day. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily recommend you do it every day, but say for me, my moon AC goes right through where I live. I'm connected to the land there, the people. It's calming. It's a beautiful place for me to live right now in this chapter of my life. However, my Jupiter MC goes right through New York City. Okay, so when I'm at my home, when I go back home and I'm there and I'm feeling a little bit like I need a creative boost, what I will do is take my cord and I will meditate and I will move myself to New York City and I will tap into the energy of New York City. So you could do that. If you feel like you have a lot of trauma where you grew up, take your cord and release yourself from the city you grew up in. Move it to Hawaii. Move it to the Grand Canyon, someplace very zen, peaceful, right? Harmonious. As ideas. That's not even on the list today, but it just came to my brain. And you know I go with the flow. Good morning, Samantha. Good morning. Yay to all the birthday wishes for Catherine. I love that. Aquarius in the house. We've got a Phoenix rising, a genius in the house. I was riding the wave and new moon vibe this weekend. Yeah, Victoria, let's jump in then. Let's talk about the new moon and let's talk about Lionsgate because we are smack dab in the middle. We are right in the middle. And I did have somebody asking me about Lionsgate via DM. And so I thought, let's talk about it. I'm not a huge Lionsgate girly, but I will explain why and we'll talk about it, okay? You guys can tell how excited I am because I'm going so fast with my words. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to just close my eyes and like, I've missed you all so much. VIPE says I'm excited to hear it. Well, I'm excited to share, and I hope I'm not going to let you down with what I'm about to share. So, first and foremost, the new moon. Thank you for the lightning bolts, Phoenix rising. I don't know why I say Phoenix rising. Yeah, I missed you guys too. I was actually, good morning, Ocean Lover. You're new here. Welcome to the chat. Victoria, I was going to go live at like 5 p.m., but I still I wasn't set up with my cameras and I was still just like, I think I still just need a moment. So hopefully the vibe sessions come back tonight, although I didn't bring my crochet, but I think we could vibe it out and I might just work on my astrology reports or just chill. Talk about being in New York, talk about living life, what's happening lately. Ocean Lover 1, thank you for the follow, you guys. If you're new here, please, if you're interested in manifesting with a powerful group of souls, beautiful, powerful, energetic, high vibrational people, join the Manifesting Club. The doors are open until next Monday. We kick off our first session Wednesday, August 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have another session scheduled for August 16th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't make the first one, come to both. Sending you the best energy, Ocean Lover, that you find a space to live that is secure and comfortable for you. Phoenix Rising, you can click the link in my bio and then click the first link. Once you get to link in bio, click the first link. All right, so let's talk about then the new moon. So we're right in between. August 4th was the new moon in Leo, right? Every time we enter a new sign, that's the new moon energy. The full moon is the opposite sign. So what is opposite of Leo? Oh boy, not Capricorn, Aquarius. So we'll have a full moon in Aquarius later on in the month, and we have a new moon in Leo 2 days ago on, Catherine, your birthday. So powerful, powerful manifesting energy. New moon, bringing new things in. Old moon, full moon, releasing those things that no longer serve you. New moon, bringing new things in. A full moon, releasing those things that no longer serve you. Completion, right? The full moon is completing. The full moon is getting bigger, not bigger, but brighter, right? And so when we're thinking about being in between a new moon energy, 8-4, and Lionsgate, 8-8, right? The 8s, powerful manifesting energy, right? Really powerful. Today, if you haven't already, you have the energy of the new moon still, and you have the beginning energy of Lionsgate. I would drop in, if I were you, and journal what the heck you want to come into your life. I did it yesterday. In fact, I'm not going to share with you what I wrote. It's a little bit private, but I will share the first sentence, which says, date now. I didn't put a date. I didn't put today's date. I didn't put yesterday's date. And I definitely didn't put a future date. I said right now, this reality right now. I entered a new reality recently. And then I wrote down here what my new reality is. Date now, right now. We're not waiting for tomorrow. We don't really care about what happened in the past. As long as we've learned the lessons from the past, we don't have to think about it anymore. So right now, right? Thank you for the lightning bolts, Phoenix Rising. You are so sweet. Thank you for all of the generosity and the abundance. You're welcome, Ocean Lover. All right, let's keep going. Thank you for the follow, user 942740274. Oh, I love all those 4s and 2s and 7s. That was nice. I don't know. That was an easy one to read off. So we want to talk then, what is this big deal about Lionsgate? A lot of people make a big deal about Lionsgate. I've actually never been super attached to Lionsgate. I've never really been into it as like a very special day. Now, I do agree the numbers that are, when it's like a duplicated number, power in the numbers, right? 8, powerful number, 8, powerful number, 8, powerful number, right? But I never had this like affinity towards Lionsgate. And so I was curious this morning, why? Somebody asked me in DMs the other day, they said, will you talk about Lionsgate? And I was like, I guess. Sure. So I did some research this morning and I was like, okay, Lionsgate, everyone thinks 8 because 8 is money, 8 is abundance, all these things. Thank you for the follow, Amami CEO. Thank you. And I was like, okay, so if 8, then let's not worry about 8 and what everyone, kind of, by everyone I mean like what the kind of spiritual theme is on TikTok and the 8 and manifesting. Let's actually dig into what the number 8 means from a numerology standpoint. What is the energy of number 8 in its entirety, not just like one side of 8? Because right, we live in a polar world, law of polarity. There's one extreme and there's another. So for those that are like 8, yeah, money, abundance, manifesting, let's go for it. Okay, didn't resonate for me, so I'm like, let's see. Now, if you resonate with that, please go for it, right? By all means. I sat last night and wrote out while I was viewing the city, everything that I'm living now, right? And by the way, that doesn't mean now, but also like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 right now, right? So 8 in numerology, I went to my numerology studies because I did get kind of certified in numerology when I was first starting on my spiritual journey. So I was like, let me pull up my notes from this training that I did. I want to see what did my teacher say about number 8, because it never really hit me that way. So the number 8, the first sentence, it says, I'm reading from my computer right here, by the way. It says, the number 8 is perhaps the most misunderstood of all single digit numbers. As novices and professionals alike always seem to hammer on the money and power image of the 8. I was like, okay, well, that resonates for me. Let's keep reading. It is true that the number 8, more than any other number, puts the emphasis in the areas of career, business, finances, and authority. However, as with many other single-digit numbers, the shape of the number reflects its most important attribute. And in the case of the number 8, that is first and foremost balance. Now we're getting somewhere, right? Energetically speaking. So it's the balance of the material and the immaterial world, it goes on to say. And at best, it's spiritualistic. It's as spiritual as it is materialistic. So the spiritual side is practical, realistic, intelligent, understanding really how to use energy to create, manifest, right? And on the material plane, it's more focused on result, as everything on the material plane, right? All the material plane cares about is what we can see, sense, smell, touch, taste, feel, hear. Did I get them all right? See, hear, smell, taste, and touch. Physical. The material plane doesn't care about the energy, right? So the training goes on to say that people with a lot of 8s in their energy, they can make money and lose a lot of money in their lifetime simultaneously. It's kind of like a big ebb and flow. It's very extreme energy. But on the material plane, that most people focus on results in the form of money, and they don't really, but we have to take away this idea of having money for the sake of having it, and more energetically focus on money as a tool, right? Money as an energetic vessel to get us to where we're going. So not money to have a new handbag, but maybe money to invest. And by the way, this is two different things. Not money just to have a new handbag, a new designer bag, but money to invest maybe in a designer bag that actually appreciates in value and goes into kind of like a vintage category as time goes on. One is just money for the sake of having it. One is money as a tool, as an investment vehicle to creating your best reality. Do you see the difference? It's so silly that you could say, oh, well, it's just a handbag. Well, one is simply a designer handbag for the sake of carrying a designer handbag. The other is a designer handbag that was well thought out and purchased because you recognize that it actually does appreciate in value and will go up as time goes on in dollar value. Quite interesting, right? Quite interesting. So interesting, Catherine. Yeah, I mean, if you're drawn to it, by the way, it's just for me. It's never been like I've never been a huge Lionsgate person. But if you're really into it, then get into that energy and start journaling. Manifest out what it is you desire. So I did a lot of like I effortlessly and easily is one of my statements. I can is one of my statements. I am. I have. So think about what it is you desire, and decide date today, right now, today's date, that you're stepping into this new reality. You can even start it off with, I entered a new reality recently, just like I wrote. Who's to say you didn't? Nobody, right? So enter it. Just put yourself into it, right? Christy's in the house. Welcome, Christy. Who else is here? Anybody else new? Did I miss anybody? Looks like I'm caught up. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm going to say, unless you guys want me to articulate more on Lionsgate. If you feel drawn, Monica, welcome to the chat. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. You're new here. If you feel drawn to 8-8, then tap into the energy. Collectively, you'll all be tapped in anyway, right? I've already tapped in intuitively. I did my journaling last night. I felt called to. I was here. I was alive. I felt good. I'm like, I'm just going to start journaling it out. And then it dawned on me, we are right in the middle of the new moon energy, creation, and 8-8. Inspiration, creation, optimism. Using energy to flow your monetary resources to you and your material value and wealth to you. But remembering that material gains and losses are also just flow of energy. Money is a flow of energy. If you were to start receiving a ton of money and hoarding it, you would actually be putting up a wall to your flow. It's a constant flow. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to, as much as comes in, you must put out. That doesn't mean that. But to continue the flow of money is important. Recognizing it's always flowing to you. Neural clarity. How crazy is it that life is actually a dream? I know. Half the time I'm dreaming. I don't know if I'm awake or sleeping. So what's the difference? Thank you for the rose, Monica. That's so sweet. You're new here. Welcome. And a gift already. I appreciate you. You guys make sure to keep clicking the likes, please. I don't typically ask, but it slowed down. And so I want to keep boosting and getting people into this room if they're interested in learning. So let's dive into a shift in frequency. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Monica. Thank you. I just missed somebody's name. Thank you, James. Welcome to the chat. Thank you, Mommy CEO. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate you all so much. All right. Let's move over now from Lionsgate and 8-8 and 8-6 and 8-4 and all these great numbers to, I'll share with you the first part of my integrated frequency. I started talking about this. I had the most wild, I don't even want to say it's wild. I had a beautifully empowering experience that has become the norm of my reality, as you guys know. And I would like to share it with you. But what I've decided is that I will share it in pieces. It's about a 3-part chat. And I will share it in a way that starts today. We will go into a little bit more of the integration tomorrow. And then we will finalize the final part of the integration on Thursday. Now, this integration started 7/5 on the new moon of Cancer's new moon in July. 7/5. I experienced the transiting new moon was at 14 degrees. My natal moon is at 13 degrees and my ascendant is at 15 degrees. And I started a new frequency shift on that day. Very obviously to my energy, I could feel the energy moving very strongly. And then I started to finalize that shift I would say the pool experience was 2 weekends ago now, you guys, 2 weekends. We were talking about it last week a little bit, and I wanted to share on Friday, but now I'm sharing today on Tuesday. So 2 weekends ago, I got some restrictions. I don't know why. That's so strange. I'm not promoting a brand or a product, but that's kind of sad. Okay, well, whatever. Whatever, TikTok. And now I decided I would solidify the integration in New York, or by the time I arrived here, and sure enough, we're good. We're there. So I'm ready to share the first part. The first part was something that I've only experienced once before in my life, but it was very different in the way I experienced it. It was through kind of like a quick timeline jump / telepathic communication of sorts. This one was what felt like in the physical. So it felt like I was time traveling. I don't know how else to say it, and maybe you'll think I'm crazy. And if you do, that's okay. I don't mind. We don't know each other very personally. I get that. And I always am sharing, by the way, my spiritual journey since it started in 2019 and I woke up. So I'm always sharing what I'm learning. This doesn't mean that it has to resonate for you. And I would like you to use your discernment around my story. If it resonates for you in your soul, if you feel tingles in your body, whatever, then you can accept it. And if it feels like it's kind of wild and crazy, then you don't have to. Or maybe it's somewhere in between. And I'm cool with all of it. Thank you, Phoenix Rising. That's super sweet. So I wrote it in my notes. I wanted to make sure I had the timeline correct before I shared with you. So I'm laying at the pool, and across from the pool is a gate toward the neighborhood. And because we're on the ground level. And people are walking by in the neighborhood. It's a kind of a busy neighborhood where I live. People are always walking by. And I'm lying there, and I look across the gate, and there's this couple walking down the street away from me, not toward me, so away from me. And the woman had like a maroon shirt, and the guy had a very long ponytail. And I was observant of that because he had a long ponytail. It's not something that you where I live, it's not something I typically see, or in general, where we see a lot of men with a really long ponytail. Good morning, VIP. Erin is in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And so I thought, oh, a guy with a long ponytail. I remembered that because it was something I don't see ordinarily, right? Typically. I received a downloaded message that came through that said, because at the pool I'm very relaxed, and it said, let's go into some meditation. And I said, okay, I'll go into meditation. So when I went to go into meditation, I looked up and there's a dragonfly right above me. I thought, how interesting, because last week, the week prior, there were 2 dragonflies right before I had this wild meditation. And so it prompted me to look at my phone, because last week I saw the number 1234, it's 1234. And 1234 for me indicates, and for most everybody, that you are on the right path. So anytime you see 1234, 234, 345, 456, you're on the right path. So accept that in. And so I was like, okay, I'm on the right path. 2 weekends ago, saw the dragonflies. I thought that was kind of cool. Went into meditation. This weekend, I look up, I see the dragonfly. I'm like, what time is it? Because if it's 1234 again, that would be wild. So I grab my phone, I look at it. I'm compelled to take a screenshot. It's 1:31. Okay, it's 1:31. That's a little bit weird. That means really nothing to me. Those numbers aren't significant for my life. So I go into meditation. And the meditation goes very deep, very quickly, and I'm getting really fast downloads about finally releasing any last resistance for my life. That there's no such thing as resistance. There's no such thing as limiting beliefs. Fear does not exist for my reality. Now, this doesn't mean that because I'm no longer afraid, I want to go do really risky things. It simply means that should I have to, or if I'm in a predicament or whatever, I would not have fear. Okay, 2 different things. Deciding to do something that's very risky toward my life or my livelihood because I'm fearless, versus taking still calculated risks. But if I were to be in a situation where it required me to be fearless, I could be. I'm fearless, okay? So I'm working with my guides, and they're telling me to take down my walls, and they're kind of like dropping walls. And I'm like, okay, and they're dropping them, and they're dropping them. And I'm like, holy cow, this is like really strong energy. And I'm just laying there like, breathing through it, because I just keep getting these fast downloads. They're like, okay, release the chain, release this. You're fearless. You're empowered. You're fully emboldened. You're brave. And they're giving me confirmation. They're telling me what to do energetically, and I'm doing it. And as they're falling away, they asked me to take an oath. Now, if you guys know the beginning of my spiritual awakening story, you know that I took an oath of transparency and honesty at the beginning of my spiritual awakening. They were like, you're going to know a lot of things. You are going to be able to help many people. You are going to do da 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 da. They didn't tell me all the way through. They just gave me some ideas of what I was going to do. But they said, the one thing that you must do is always say the truth. And I said, okay, I will do that. As hard as it may be, I will do that. So I did. I took the oath at the beginning of my awakening. So now here I am last weekend at the pool, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, taking another oath, an oath that my limiting beliefs no longer exist. I was like, oh, shoot. Even for me, I was like, oh, shoot. Am I ready for this? Am I actually ready for this? Well, of course, Source, God, Universe, Creator is never going to send you things you're not ready for. But I said, okay, I will take the oath. I no longer have a limiting belief in my body. This doesn't mean that they've all been erased. I think what this means is perhaps they will be shown to me more frequently, or I will say, I'm not giving energy to that anymore, right? Because remember, what you give energy to is what transpires in your life. So if you no longer give energy to something, then one must assume it's gone. It no longer exists, right? We could put it in the tangible. If you no longer paid attention to, say, your boyfriend or girlfriend, eventually they might break up with you. They no longer exist in your reality because you stopped paying attention to them, right? Okay, so thank you, Phoenix Rising. I actually was thinking about that while I was typing out my notes today. I was like, am I ready to share this? And I was like, you know what, I am. Because somebody has to be the one to say what they're experiencing, so other people that are experiencing it don't feel like, am I crazy? Is this wild? Is this real? Well, if more than one person has had a similar experience, I'm not saying it's fact, but I could say we could start to kind of collect some data at least, right? So the limiting beliefs are going away. And then I started to question, is this my ego tricking me? A lot of people ask me, how do I know it's my ego? How do I know it's my intuition? How do I know if it's my angels or my guides? And I dropped in after the walls were gone, after I took the oath of the limiting beliefs being gone. And I said, is this my ego? Have I just gone like wildly narcissistic today? And somehow I've been overcome by my ego and this is a trick. Is this real? How do I know? Or genuinely, is my soul free? I don't want to say free. Our souls are always free. Has my soul fully taken on the role of the leader of this vessel, soul, ego, soul dynamic? Which is it? And the downloads came through again, the clairaudience came through again, and they told me, they're like, well, tell us your soul mission. So of course, when I'm working with my clients and they ask me a question, I always push it back to them intuitively. I say, well, what do you think? What is your soul telling you? Right? Because we want to grow our intuition. Eventually, I would like all my clients to never work with me again. Why? Because that means I've done my job, right? And so when I told them my soul mission is to raise the frequency of the planet, they said, then recognize that in this polar world, I just saw a beautiful, bright orb flashing through just now. Oh, I love it. They said, well, remember, we live in a law of polarity. We live in a world where there's a law of polarity. You're going to have wild ego and you're going to have soul kind of evolution, soul leadership, right? And your soul mission is to raise the frequency of the planet. And so recognize that your soul is empowered now, fully empowered. It's not that your ego has taken over. This is not an ego thing. This is an empowerment of your soul. And as you continue along on your soul mission, should you assume and continue the same soul mission, then you can kind of rest assured that this is not like an ego thing. Because I had a freak out moment where I was like, wait a minute. Right? Well, and then they were like, didn't we just release your fears? Did we not just release your limiting beliefs? Did we not just release your resistance? And I said, we did. And they said, okay, well, then perhaps that was a little bit of a test. Good job. We've worked through it and continue on this path. I said, okay, thank you. I'll keep going. So I'm satisfied. They said, when your soul is doing something bigger than you for the collective. Now, by the way, your soul could just not just your soul's job. Potentially, the mission is living in authenticity, and that actually does something bigger than just you for the collective. It inspires others to be authentic too, be vulnerable and courageous and brave too. So it doesn't have to be some big thing. We talked about this last week. It doesn't have to be some profound thing. But for me, it just happens to be that this is what it is. I said, okay, when I opened my eyes, I took a second. I was like, a couple breaths. I look at the gate, the exact same couple in the exact same spot, walking the exact same direction. I grab my phone. I'm like, holy, what is happening? I grab my phone. What time is it? 1:39 p.m. 8 minutes I was in that meditation. What thoughts of what happened? Did the people forget something and in 8 minutes go back to their car and just happen to be in the exact same spot, in the exact same order, right? Woman on this side, man on this side, in the exact same direction? Did time stop or speed up? Did time speed up so fast, 8 minutes, that in 1 second I closed my eyes and opened them again in 1 second? Thank you for the lightning bolts, Phoenix Rising. What happened? What happened? I don't know. I personally believe, well, I don't know. Part of me thinks, did I time travel? Or did I just bend time in some weird way? It's not the first time I've bent time. Like, you can actually just ask your guides and angels, say you're running late for something. You can ask your guides and your angels, please slow down time so I can make it on time. Please speed up time so I can be done with this sooner, whatever it is. Quantum jumping, did I jump? 8 minutes of jumping? Or was it not really 8 minutes? Was it just like a quick second and then the 8-minute time difference was a jump? When I share the rest of the story on Thursday, so the rest of the story is happening tomorrow, you guys, so please come back, and it's happening on Thursday. I'm not doing it as like, please come back to my live. You guys know that's not how I roll. I'm doing it because I'm integrating still a little bit, but also to have a clear conversation around all of the pieces, because there's 3 kind of different parts to it. Maybe I was moving at light speed. I don't know. All I know is it was the exact same people. You would think that's a little strange, but I'm an observant person, number 1. And number 2, it was the guy with the ponytail. I was like, wow, his hair is really long. And I thought to myself, even at the beginning, his hair is long, which means mine is growing, and I'm going to have my long hair back again. By the way, you probably think this is long hair, but like my hair was long. So I'm like waiting for it to come back, right? I've noticed, okay, neuroclarity, I've noticed the associations in your astrology will continue changing based on your present focus. Like the matrix literally keeps editing it. Yeah, I agree with that. The part that a lot of people get caught up on is their manifestations aren't coming true, but it's because they're so focused on their physical reality. It's like, take the 5 to 10 minutes to meditate every day and you would stop being so focused. I told my partner when we got on the flight yesterday, I was at 12,800 followers. And I told him, I said, by tomorrow in New York City, I will be at 13,000. I know I'll be at 13,000. I did not have time to check my phone really at all yesterday. I was flying. I had my dog. We had our luggage. I was with my man and his colleagues. That was a whole thing. Not a whole thing, but it's like you're a little bit more like focused on the people around you. Excuse me. I got to the hotel, talked to my mom a little bit, worked on an astrology report because I know I'm really working on getting the Soul's Purpose reports out for everybody who purchased in July. Thank you for all my clients that are here listening, my customers. And I didn't have time to pay attention to my phone much. And then I was so tired when I got back to the hotel. When I got my room, I rested. I did some more work. I read. I fell asleep. My man came back from his dinners and stuff. I fell asleep. I woke up 13,000 followers, sure enough. So less attachment, less focus. It's not about, sometimes for people that have a hard time manifesting, and I wrote about this yesterday on a TikTok video because I was like, this has been a prevalent theme. It's not so much that you can't manifest, it's that you have too much resistance in your energy, in your space. You're holding on to like the the t-shirt that your boyfriend from second grade got you, that you broke up with 2 days after you got it from him or something. Like, why? Right? And so it's this flow of energy that is really the struggle for you. Perhaps if you're resonating with this, it's not necessarily that you can't manifest, because everybody can. It's that it's either some internal work that needs to be done, or it's energetically the physical things around you that need to be worked on. Yes, less attachment. Exactly. Krista, welcome back to the chat. And when we were kids, we just did this stuff. So exactly, neuroclarity. Yeah. Well, and also I do think too, good evening. Oh, good morning. I thought you said evening. Hello, Jen. Welcome back to the chat. To your point, neuroclarity, when we were kids, we were allowed to use our imagination and have fun. And we became adults, we had to adhere to being an adult. You're not mature. You are not writing your email correctly. This is corporate structure. That's how it feels in my brain when I hear that. Like, I started traveling with my partner yesterday, and I was like, I remember these people aren't even my people. They're not my colleagues. They're great people, by the way. But I had this instant moment of like, oh my gosh, why am I here? Traveling with people that you're forced to travel with, that you don't want to travel with, that rush and that are not going with the flow. One lady told me, oh, it's supposed to rain every day while you're here in New York City. They're leaving on Wednesday. We're staying and extending our trip so that way we can have a nice time together in the city. Aaron, thank you for all the lightning bolts. VIP Aaron in the chat. Thank you, my friend. And I just thought to myself, why are you worrying about rain that is predicted 40% on a Thursday? We're on Monday. And why are you projecting that onto me? Are you trying to ruin my vacation subconsciously? Now, this woman is very kind. I highly doubt she even knew what she was doing. And so I was talking to my partner, thank you, Aaron. You guys ride the lightning bolt wave that Aaron is creating for us. And when I was talking to my partner, I go, so this guy is a little bit this. I bet you he's an Aries. And he's like, oh yeah, he's an Aries. I'm like, he really is. He's like, yep. I go, this woman is this. And he goes, yeah. I go, and this guy is this. And not from a judging, just from like an intuitive kind of perspective. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Phoenix Rising. Thank you for the lightning bolts. Lala, hello. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for the likes, you guys. So much happening, so much abundance today. And my partner said to me this morning, he goes, it's quite interesting. You picked up on all of that just from like being with these people for 30 minutes, an hour. And I was like, well, it is, but also my job is this, right? So of course I'm focused often on people's energy and how they're feeling and all of these things. But yeah, I thought that quite interesting. I was like, well, it's not, I wanted to say back to her, but of course she doesn't know me, so I didn't want to make a poor first impression. But my gut thought to say back to her was, well, it's not like it's going to start raining and never stop until Saturday. Like, what? It's just a strange thing to say. I don't know. Lala, thank you. I have a nice sunshine. I have like this is a good spot. At my house, the sun has shifted, right? So when I first moved there, I had really good sun coming in the window. And now the way the sun is positioned in my home is different. But since I'm at the hotel, I have some good lighting. And I am so thankful for this good lighting. I really am. Hey, Yana, welcome to the chat. So you guys, that's the beginning of my frequency shift, the confirmation. Remember, once again, I started July 5th. I started integrating big time, releasing around August. What was that? When was I at the pool? Anybody? What was not this past weekend, but the weekend before? July 26th, 27th. And now we're in August 6th. We're right in between the energy of the new moon in Leo, Lionsgate 8-8. Write down what the heck you guys want out of your lives. I'm not playing. Write it on a piece of paper. I looked back. I found a piece of paper from some of my files the other day. My partner and I sat down in 2022 while we were living in Vegas, and we thought, what do we really want? Because I was very miserable living in Vegas, and he loved it. And I was like, I can't. And then we were both kind of miserable not miserable, but we didn't love living in Santa Monica, but it checked more of the boxes. And then we're kind of slowly moving toward our desires. I found this list. We started with like 20, maybe 24 desires or something. We had checked off by the next year 16 or so. This year we've checked off a few more. So writing it down is all, it sounds silly. It sounds like, why am I doing this? Write it down with a pen, no erasing. If you have to erase something, just scribble it out, right? Hello, Deanne. Welcome to the chat. Phoenix Rising says, VIP Aaron, thank you for the lightning bolts. Funny you said that. I'm preparing for a hurricane. Rainy today till Saturday. Are you in Florida, Phoenix Rising, or maybe up the coast in the Carolinas or something? I'm sending you all the best vibes that the rain stops. Like, yeah. So let's talk, you guys. We have 5 minutes before we're going to get on the energetic wave. Thank you for the lightning bolts. Pennsylvania. Oh, I didn't know there was strong weather up there too. Mushroom in the chat. Thank you for the likes. Let's, you guys. I'm so excited. I finally joined. Lala, you did? I don't have my stripe going. Let's see. You guys, if you're in the Manifesting Club, please let's do warm welcome to Lala. She's in the club. Let me sign into my stripe. Who else is in the club? Did somebody else join while we were going live? I want to know. And if you did, well, welcome to the club. Lala, when did you join? When did you join? Was it on Friday? It must have been on Friday. Yes. Okay. I saw I saw you. Yay. Welcome. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. For those of you that are interested in the club, remember we're meeting on August 14th. Doors are closing August 12th. We're on August 6th. You have 6 days. If it resonates for you and you're like, I'm curious, join. If you hate it, email me and say, I would like to cancel. You've only spent $11. You skipped Starbucks one morning. All right, let's keep going. There's a couple of chat quotes that I want to share with you guys that I found quite interesting that I heard over the weekend or read. One, I was watching a movie. It's an old movie from the 90s. You guys, I'm the worst at movies. I don't know anything about movies. Tom Hanks, I think, from the 90s or 80s even, a movie about him kind of having a spiritual awakening, something about like going digging, dinosaurs, archaeology, something like that. I don't really quite know. It wasn't the most exciting movie for me to watch, but I did find the beginning stages of it quite interesting. He goes into this kind of like almost basement office every day where it's yellow and awful coloring, and the lights are flickering, and his boss is sitting there and they're in an open space, and the boss is having this very cyclical conversation, and every day is the same, and the boss is yelling and the lady is typing on the keyboard, and he's like hating his life. He's just sitting there hating his life, and he has an awakening of sorts. It's hard to understand in the movie what exactly triggered it, but he has the spiritual awakening, and he realizes that he's really lacking fulfillment in his life. And he's like, I hate my job. I'm here every day. The lights are killing me. The fluorescent lights that are like sparking, it's like on, off, flickering. His boss screaming the same crap every day to the same people. Why do I keep getting my thing? I keep getting restricted, but I'm not promoting anything other than, anyway, which, whatever, TikTok, whatever. Do you guys still, I do this nowadays, back when I was a kid, like whatever. And he gets mad and he goes to his boss. He goes in, it's kind of like he like flails around, he yells, and then he says to his boss, I wrote it in a quote because I was like, this is so important. He says, I'm so afraid to go live my life that I sold it to you for $300 a week. I quit. I was like, whoa. If that's not powerful, I don't know what is. No, and I even specifically covered the logo here because I don't, I'm live and it's like a safety thing, right? VIPE says, and once again, you guys, I'm going to say it again without my actress voice. I'm not an actress by any means, but sometimes I try. He says, I'm so afraid to go live my life that I sold it to you. Now we're in the 90s for $300 a week. When I saw that line, I was like, you know what? I'm glad I chose myself and my happiness. Now, by the way, you guys, if you work for a corporation, this doesn't mean that everyone that works in the corporate world or whatever is unfulfilled. But if you're listening and you're unfulfilled, then perhaps you want to start thinking about ways that you would find more fulfillment, whether it's in the job you have now or whether it's in something different. Yeah, I was like, wow, that was powerful for some 90s movie. And I think it's kind of interesting too, the time frame. Like back in the 90s, people were already like, we were already programmed to be workers, but it's quite interesting that there's movies around like it was a very subtle, by the way. If you don't know about a spiritual awakening, you would just think this guy's like off his rocker and he's like lost it and he's had enough with his boss. But if you were to know about a spiritual awakening or recognize it, you would know that he was going through an awakening. He was realizing his lack of fulfillment in life and realizing how much hours he spent doing the same mundane things that he hated that were like literally causing him to be sick. Oh, he was sick. He had like a throat thing, and his throat, right? Communication. And I want to say he worked in advertising. Yes. Okay. It's coming back to me. He worked in advertising. He had a sore throat. Well, if you were an advertiser, what is your job? Communications. Well, where does communications live? The throat chakra. But he was sick in his job day in and day out because he's so unfulfilled. And as soon as he quit his job, his throat felt better. How interesting, right? Authenticity in the throat, sharing your truth, right? Yay, Lala, I love that. Yeah, it took me a second too, right? It took me a second. I did workers' comp, then I did insurance, then I did fashion, then I did another corporate job, which was just like filler job for me to figure out what I wanted to do. Then I did my old business in gardening accessories. I can't say the word or TikTok will yell at me again. I'm getting yelled at today on TikTok. Whatever, it can't bring me down. I'm in New York City, so there. Right? And then now here I am doing my spiritual teachings and guidance and all that. Which, by the way, you guys, I'm launching a new product soon, a service. I think you'll get an email about it soon. I'm excited. So the other quotes I wanted to share with you were this. So that was that movie quote. I thought it was quite interesting. All right, Phoenix Rising, I would love to see you inside the club. Phoenix Rising, you're welcome. I'm so thankful. I'm so happy that you came too. Please come back. I'm live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm also live Monday through Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But Monday through the Thursday evening session is a chill session. Like usually I crochet, but I didn't bring my crochet here, which was a missed opportunity. But that's okay. And so usually I crochet. So tonight, I don't know. Let's see what happens. But we'll vibe out for a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm in a hotel on vacation in New York City, so I have no idea. I could ask them where they got their nightstands, Dreamcatcher girl. But yeah, I'm in a hotel on vacation. All right, so if you're interested in joining the club, once again, doors are open until next Monday. Be there or be square. The doors close on Monday. I do not let anybody in late. It's a boundary I've set for myself. I honor it. So do what you got to do there. And the last two quotes I want to share, there was a book I was reading, and it's a fictional book, just kind of like a silly, easy pool read book. And they were talking about creating a social image, creating a movement, creating anything that requires you to ground into your discipline and your daily routine. Anything that's not really like fast, easy kind of vibes. It's not fast, easy money. It's not fast, easy, whatever. It's you grounding in, building yourself, building your character, building your moral and core values. And because you're doing that consistently, you're reaping the benefits. The quote says, hard work takes guts and fortitude. So do hard times. Not everyone's cut out for it. I don't know why that struck me. I thought to myself, you see people, you think, oh, they must have had it easy. Maybe they got lucky. But then you hear every single person that's ever gotten anything that they want in life, and they say consistency is the key. Hard work is the key. Dedication is the key. Hard work takes guts and fortitude. That's the truth, you guys. Some days I don't even want to post one TikTok video, but I do it anyway, right? Hard work and fortitude, consistency. So do hard times. That's true, right? Not everyone's cut out for it. In the same book, I didn't even finish writing my quote, but I have my Kindle right here, so I'll pull it up for you guys. They were talking about relieving themselves. Like he's grieving in the book, and he's been grieving for a long time. And so they're talking about kind of getting out of stuck situations, whether it's grief, whether it's anything where you feel stuck in life, right? your body, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, any of it. And it says, doing is what gets you to the next step. Doing is what gets you to the next step. Doing is how you move forward in life. So even when we can take it back to energy work, manifesting, the lotto ticket winner or the lottery winner had to buy the ticket. The right action, the aligned action, right, towards your goals. I'll let you sit with that for a second. Maybe we'll do a deep breath. By the way, the robe did not make it to NYC because I did not have room in my luggage. But thankfully the hotel has robes, so I'm still a robe lifing it. I'm just not colorfully robe lifing it Masoni style. Let's see really quickly. We're going to get on the energetic wave. If you're new here and you have no idea what I'm talking about, get ready. It's so much fun. And for those of you that are still waiting for your reports, I appreciate you and your patience. I'm working on them diligently. All right, let's get on the wave, you guys. It's time. It's already 10 o'clock. Life is good. Tomorrow we're going to woo away a little bit more. I'm going to ask for more of your engagement, maybe questions and all that, because I'll be busy today. I'm going to put my feet on the floor. Let's see if I can. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, let's close our eyes. If you're new here and you don't know what the heck we're doing, just follow after me. Close your eyes. If you can, please don't be driving with your eyes closed. Breathe in and sigh out of your mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Sighing it out of your mouth. One more deep breath. Belly nice and full. And letting it go. We are manifesting, we're creating our best reality. We're using the energy of the new moon that just passed in Leo on Catherine's birthday. And we're using the energy of Lionsgate 8-8 abundance, understanding how the energy on the spiritual plane helps us manifest in the material world, right? That is what we do. The balance of the energetic spiritual with the material. Well, let's do this. Repeat after me out loud if you can. I am strong. I can do this. Now smile big, show me your teethers. You're happy because you're manifesting. I freaking did it. I knew I could do it. I am strong. I can do this. Smile big, show me your teethers. I freaking did it. I knew I could do it. Breathing in from the root chakra, pulling the energy up to your crown, expanding the vision out, whatever you're trying to manifest out of your crown chakra. And exhaling the energy back down from the crown chakra to your root, cementing your visualization into your root, into the physical plane. One more time, breathing in from the root, expanding your visualization at the crown. And on the exhale, bringing the energy from the spiritual plane down the chakra system, cementing it into your root. By the way, if you enjoy this, this is what we do in the Manifesting Club, but it's specific to you and what you desire, and everybody sends you energy, so please join. One more time, I am strong. I can do this. Show me your teethers. I freaking did it. I knew I could do it. You are on the energetic wave, my friend. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. Thank you for being here, for all of the abundance, for the likes, the new follows, for the people that were new here and brave enough to say hello, to my OGs for returning, for all of the lightning bolts and the flowers and the gifts. Please, please, please. VIPE, I saw your order. Thank you for your patience. I'm working through them. Hopefully they're all going to be done by Monday of next week at the latest. I'm going to flip the cameras around one last time, you guys. YouTube and TikTok, and I'm going to show you my view. First I'm going to start, well, let me just flip YouTube. Oh boy. Can get the view of New York City. Give me a second, you guys. This is a little bit challenging. Here I am, New York. All right. And for you on TikTok, one more time to get the full view of beautiful New York City on a Tuesday. Breathing in the energy of the movement of this city. It is so alive. Oh. All right, you guys. I hope you have an amazing, amazing, amazing day. I'm going to flip YouTube back around. And I will see you guys all tomorrow, or if not, this evening at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you all for being here. Have a great, great, great day. Ride the wave, okay? Stay on the wave. Join the Manifesting Club. Bye.